Left off in Alpha Protocol, we went to the final planet, or not planet, but town. We first did Taipei, and then Rome, and now we're in Moscow. So we're doing sneaking missions in Moscow. Let's do it.
I'm here. Now to find Moscow.
Shit. Throat punch. Oh, cool. A little arcade in here. You saw nothing. Just because someone suddenly fell on their face doesn't mean there's anything to worry about. We might beat it today, yeah. I might have to go over a little bit to finish it. I don't think that we'll beat it with a significant amount of time left over. So I do have Racketeer ready, but I don't think we'll be able to play it. Okay, we'll see. It's not a big deal either way. Having the Uber stealth makes a pretty big difference in how quickly I can move through an area. Make sure I have trank rounds still, which I do. Probably just gonna have to wait on the... Well, there's not that many dudes left, are there? Is he the last guy? He's not exactly the last guy, he's pretty close to it. Maybe that was it. Alright, cool. Let's loot everything and get out of here. Great. I can't remember what day it is. Alright, that's progress, which is probably going to spawn a bunch of dudes. We don't want to go down there just yet. Actually, there's nothing for me to pick up or hack. What's the Schengen agreement? Probably get through that way later. You guys see that scary video of the cruise ship whose stabilizers got busted? Like, they had to send a helicopter to airlift everybody off of it, like one at a time, and there were like 2,000 passengers or something. For everyone else, explain what that is.
Lazo, you're so crazy.
There's our respawns. Kind of want to wait for my sneak to come back and then I'll go for it. Day of Manu. Oh shit, I need to buy more trank rounds. I'll do that next time. Let's go on a throat punch quest.
When is Brayko throwing another party?
Sorry to punch you in the throat, lady.
Ah, Brayko's history. I'm the big man in Moscow. You wait.
Fuck, that's not good. I think I got a checkpoint when I came downstairs, though, right? I wonder why it didn't give me an insta-kill for him. honestly can't tell. Maybe. Fingers crossed. I can skip most of the enemies regardless, but...
Lazo.
Hey,
So
that's kind.
Crazy.
Thanks, game. It's possible I just wasn't close enough for the takedown before, and that's why I didn't give it to me.
Throwing another party.
Don't do the slow one.
Brayko's
Punch him in the throat.
I'm the big man in Moscow. You wait.
There it goes. Alright, dudes spawn in after I take him out. That's good to know. Overdoing this ship would be easy. Killed with a punch in the throat by Michael Thornton. Knocked out. Yeah, she's just like, whatever. That happened, I guess. Makes sense. Knocked out by some invisible person too, right? Which is even better. There's a guy in this room the whole time. I didn't even know it. Alright, neck punch. Punch in the throat by a poltergeist, exactly. Alright, great, beautiful. Sure, I'm not missing anything down here before we get out. Disable using EMP. I guess that's in case I fail to hack. Since I have to hack to get out of this area. There we go. Cash money. Dossier info on the Russian Mafia. More guys are going to spawn right when I get upstairs, right? Or maybe not. Cool. Steal the guy's yacht. Makes perfect sense. But those guys are even sneakier than I am. For Texas built.
Lazo has been terminated. Move out.
What the hell's going on here?
Double revolvers. Game are we playing? Five-shot chain shot. That's the dream.
What, nothing to say? I want to know what you're doing here. Who sent you?
Thank you, Kaifon.
Make another move and I'll have to fire.
Who sent you? Perk, I don't hit girls. She's gonna stab me in the stomach or shoot me or something.
Mike, are you still there?
I'm here.
Someone was jamming the
She just Batmaned you, man. You gotta...
all right.
Yeah,
That's so unprofessional of
I
him.
think so.
Got somebody under control. You don't let him Batman you. Sis and G22 are still alive, potential enemies. Gave me a locket and then vanished. I wonder if she refused to speak no matter what I did.
What's up with the connection? Looks like something's interfering with the transmission. Or... Albatross. It's been a while since
Albatross!
I ran into a little friend of yours tonight, hanging out with your G22 buddies. She's quite the little firecracker, although she doesn't talk much. Well, except with those pistols of hers.
That would be my bodyguard, sis. And I know you spared her life. That's why I'm calling.
I didn't want to fight her. I was only there for Lazo. But she didn't give me much choice.
It was under my orders, Mike. But I didn't realize you would be there. Else, I would have instructed Sis to behave differently.
So should I ask what G22 is doing in Moscow? You guys sure seem to get around.
It's a rather long answer, Mike. One I'd like to discuss more, if you'd be up for it.
Is your bodyguard invited? If so, I'll need body armor.
I'm afraid it's required she be present. We're not supposed to be apart. It's how G22 operates in the field. But like you, I tend to bend the rules for the sake of the greater good. I'll leave the choice up to you, but I can't wait long. If you want to discuss your future, then meet me at the following coordinates. It isn't far. And come alone.
Sure, why not?
Alright. But I better not be walking into an ambush. And tell Sis to keep her distance.
I will do so. I will not wait long, Mike. So if you want to speak to me, you'll have to do it soon.
Okay, don't do other missions, is what he's saying. Got it. I can probably get around with messing around in the safe house for a minute. It just doesn't want me to go do other levels and see if there's any intel to buy. Computer here is so chill compared to the ridiculous one in Taipei. Alright, email. Like how you resist me. Like how you resist me. She's pretty great. Albatross. Yes. Really read this dossier stuff. Sis and Albatross. I can't not think of the Monty Python sketch with the guy that's selling Albatross in like a theater or a cricket game. Their exact relationship is unknown. It would be funny if she was his sister. Sis. Sis. She frequently needs to reload. Love to reload during a battle. Unsuccessful attempt to apprehend her in a train station in the Ukraine. It's interesting, like, all of those are flavor descriptions, but they also contain, like, a mechanical clue that probably doesn't matter for actual combat, right? Okay, let's give it a try. Yeah.
I don't want to shoot you, but pull that trigger, and I will.
It's
Well,
all right, sis.
she pulls the trigger.
Hello, Mike. No trouble finding the place, I hope.
You wanted to meet face to face. Why?
I wanted to talk about you and the organization I represent. You spared Sis's life. For that, you have my thanks.
Sorry it came to that. I didn't want to fight her, but the situation didn't leave much time for talking. Although she's not much of a talker, I take it.
She's a mute.
Yeah.
Let's walk. Sis will make sure we're not interrupted.
Alright. So, what did you want to talk about?
I know to all outward appearances you're a rogue agent.
They're gonna do
I
the
also know
traditional
about Alpha
twist.
Protocol, and in your case, it's being used for its
The female
intended
character that
purpose.
we think is a mute but totally
It wasn't
isn't.
my choice, really. One of my associates made the decision for me.
I disagree. You had other options, I'm sure. Did enacting Alpha Protocol change your mission?
No.
Then you should be proud of your accomplishment.
What accomplishment?
I like that the
It's
group
not
is called
often
Alpha
one gets to turn
Protocol,
the tools of their own government against them. And for
and
right
they Alpha
reasons.
Protocoled me.
And Alpha Protocol
So I got
is a
yo-dogged.
powerful tool.
Between Halbeck and you, I'm beginning to feel like everyone knows about Alpha Protocol.
Yeah,
You see
right.
it that way.
It's like
I'd argue you're simply trapped
fucking
in a
Mass
smaller
Effect, right?
circle here.
Everybody knows about the Reapers once you find out about them.
I
Oh
don't
yeah, we
what
know
you
about
want,
that.
Albatross. G22's agenda? Doesn't seem like you have one.
No. We have aspirations, as does any government. But we believe that agendas are accomplished by careful study and observation. If the status quo
Everybody knows what Alpha Protocol looks at
it makes
camera.
predicting
Exactly.
triggers and events more difficult.
You sound like one of the analysts of Alpha Protocol I know.
Alpha Protocol has always had someone in that role. It helps them function as intended, no matter what iteration of the program. It's an odd thing. A government-sponsored program whose purpose is to prevent being policed by its own government. Now, what kind of foundation is that for a country?
I guess you have to trust your country and act in its best interests.
Do you trust your country?
I do. I believe in the mission.
I propose we become allies.
What, I'd become a member of G22?
No.
I'm neutral with him
propose we
right now.
cooperate. You will find that as extensive as Alpha Protocol's leftover safe houses and gadgets are, well, G22 has access to much more.
And the price?
Let us say I owe you. You've already paid me, in the only currency I value. What do you say?
I'll take a favor.
Alright. I need all the friends I can get. And for some reason, I trust you.
You won't regret it, Mike.
And then you do the Always Sunny opening. Mike learns to regret it.
We're out of time, I'm afraid. Thank you for listening to me, Mike. I know you have a great deal of work ahead of you.
The gang
Albatross.
regrets allying with
I need to
G22.
know something.
Yes. What?
This business with Halbeck. I can still prevent it, right? There's a way to
I
stop
think my
it.
favorite Always Sunny title card meme is the one with Anakin, where he's like,
This isn't
nobody
going
can
to
kill a
end well,
Jedi.
is
Anakin kills
Mike.
all the Jedi.
It never does.
New vendor options open through G22 connections. I got an alliance because I spared Sis's life. They tried to play me with that shit earlier that was like, I don't know. You let her go, she might be an enemy. I'm like, yeah. Whatever. I don't need the last rank of sabotage, right? I feel like an additional rank of chain shot is going to be overkill. How many shots is it? Oh my god, it's 6 shots. Is it like a lower cooldown too, or is that the main change? Okay. Oh, I guess it also lasts for 30 seconds, really? Like, why would you need 30 seconds to light up 6 shots? Alright, that's fine. That seemed really nice, the improved critical hit. The extra accuracy is important. Extra damage seems to matter. I wish I knew how many hit points the average enemy had. It's kind of a problem with games that tell you stats, but like you don't know what +1 damage means. I think +1 damage is really significant in this game. The cooldown doesn't start until it ends, which is kind of a bummer. Email. Thank you. Alright, got new shit. I need more drink rounds. Silencer Mark II, I already have one of those. Oh, there's that $100,000 pistol again. I guess that's the only one I'd go for. Rittergruppen Razor. It's not that much better than what I currently have, though. I'll try to save for it, we'll see. I'm able to get about as much money as humanly possible right now. Oh, just new weapons? That's interesting. Let's see what my new perk does. I think I only got the one, right? Oh, discount on transactions with G22. That's funny because you get that before they officially ally with you.
Turn up anything, Mina?
The name Grigori provided. Sergei Surkov. He's well connected in Moscow, and he may know what Halbech's plans are.
Any idea where I can find him?
I've confirmed he's at the American Embassy now. He should be there for the next few hours, if his schedule holds.
Good to hear. Is something wrong?
Something's interfering with the signal.
That was happening earlier.
Frequency.
What the hell?
Mike, I understand you're going after Surkov.
I suppose it's too much to ask. Give me some warning before you interrupt my calls.
We don't have a lot of time. I know about your mission, and I can assist you in getting to Surkov. When you arrive at the embassy, I can patch into your frequency and provide support as your handler. I think you'll find G22's resources are considerable.
Alright. I could use all the help I can
Although
get.
I can't have two
Excellent.
handlers, right?
I have your frequency. I'll contact you when you reach the embassy, and we can go from there.
I'll get my gear and head out.
Alright. One last thing, Mike. I'd prefer infiltrating the embassy quietly. If things should get difficult, however.
I'll be ready. Expecting trouble?
Always.
Great.
Alright, more reload if there's a checkpoint. She's gonna be mad.
Mina, I think Albatross is going to be joining us at the embassy.
What?
No time to explain. But I think we need to reach Surkov now. So this is the embassy, huh? I was hoping for something a little cheerier.
There's still
You're
no
in
contact
Russia,
on
dude.
G22. Do you want to
Mike,
call
this
them?
is Albatross. Our surveillance indicates you're at the embassy perimeter. Can you confirm?
Birds of a feather.
I'm guessing that feedback means you've cut me off from my handler.
I've locked down your signal to keep radio traffic to a minimum.
Okay.
Embassy security will pick up our conversation, but I'm worried about other interests.
Understood. Has your surveillance picked up anything else?
It's the American
Checking the
Embassy in
grounds now.
Russia.
No sign of hostiles. Yet.
Alright, let's see what we got at the front door.
Embassy guards. Standard issue weapons. According to our intelligence, the embassy hasn't been alerted, so they shouldn't be expecting trouble. Still, approach with caution.
Always.
Hey, I teleported down. Shows green, that's interesting. I don't think I got intel for that, did I? Hold on. You guys would have told me before I came in here, right?
Good. The ladder should grant you roof access.
Is there a secondary ladder? It's kind of, sort of a roof. There's a door. Okay. Oh, I guess they just don't care. Alright. The hell is that?
I'm reading a C4 explosion in your area. The ACI are attacking the building.
Great. Any idea how many?
Enough. Keep focusing on Surkov. That's what...
Be some other guys down there, but wait, those are trank rounds, right? Okay. I thought I saw blood pop out of that guy's head.
Taking cover.
Okay. Hopefully that doesn't count against me. Who are you talking about? Do-do-do. Do-do-do. There we go. Everything is fine. Got more trank rounds out of that. Always nice. There was everybody that was down here. Making sure there's no loot. No useful loot anyway. Guess I can always sell it. Money is money. Oh, it could have come in through the front door. I see. Embassy guards presumably don't mind.
Reinforcements are being deployed. They're rappelling from the chopper onto the ledge outside the building.
I'm sure they mind being blown up. Someone else is doing the upblowing. I'm just a nice friend. Man, you're not allowed to zip line. Only I may do that. You played this game? Did I look at a partial detect from that guy?
Surkov is close. I'm picking up his radio.
Get him. Hear that?
That armor you're wearing, are you one of these terrorists?
I wonder if that actually changes based on the armor level you
Plan
have.
seems to have backfired, judging from the gunfire and the people you've killed.
I haven't killed anyone.
If you are one of the attackers, whatever you're being paid, I can pay more.
Turn up the feed. I want to hear his voice clearly. Good. You've got his attention. Now get his cooperation.
Surkov, I am not here for your money, only information. But right now, I want to get you out of here. Safely.
Very well. I do not know who these attackers are, but I do know this embassy.
Well done. Let's see what he has to share.
The embassy security systems are our problem. The explosion has triggered the automatic security gates. They must be disabled if we want to escape.
We don't know who the guys are with the
Find
C4
the
yet.
security terminal and then override the codes.
Yes, the terminal is upstairs. But in the monitoring room next to us, there is a maintenance ladder. Take the ladder to the main security room upstairs. Unlock the gates. Then I can meet up with you at the courtyard. We don't have much time.
The room Surkov mentioned should be close by. Once inside, look for a maintenance ladder leading up to the 4th floor.
Sounds good. That was the gun turret. That's also a gun turret. I still don't have amazing solutions for gun turrets, unfortunately. I cannot stealth past them. I can wait on my special power to trigger, but it has a really long cooldown. Hey, absurd villain, how you doing? And I think attacking them automatically triggers an alarm. I guess maybe I could do it like this. Hold on. Maybe it will die fast enough that I won't have to worry about the alarm. I haven't tried this before. I think that worked. Nice, sir. Stay as polished for the whole game as it is at the beginning.
Let me see if I can open the maintenance hatch by remote.
I mean, I appreciate the gesture, but I probably got it. Alright, so now I have a way to take out turrets without triggering an instant alarm. It's very exciting.
They've deployed several groups on the roof. Be careful.
Got it. Shit.
What the hell was that?
The VCI are getting ahead of you, and it looks like they're hacking the embassy systems.
Bravo squad, moving out.
About as good as I'm gonna get for now, right? What the hell just triggered the alarm? I'm puzzled. I was expecting enemy recycling. I think that's reasonable.
The room Surkov mentioned should be close by. Once inside, look for a maintenance ladder leading up to the 4th floor.
Honestly, I can't believe that Dark Souls went on for so long with having so much enemy variety, given how expensive it is to add even a single enemy to your game. Like especially, I feel like Dark Souls 3 probably got away with it because it was able to reuse a lot of assets from 1 and 2. There were several enemies that already had their animations done, and they more or less just had to update the textures on them. What other game did that happen with? Final Fantasy 12 reused a bunch of models from Final Fantasy 11. And then I want to say the same thing happened with 13 and 14, continued to reuse models. See if 3's enough, so I don't have to use all this ammo. It is. Good to know. No, it seems like the how long to beat people are projecting is within that range. It seems reasonable.
Let me see if I can open the maintenance hatch by remote.
12 has maybe like a third of its enemies are reused models from Final Fantasy 11. Their textures are made a little bit cleaner.
They've deployed several groups on the roof. Be careful.
Who's out there?
The VCI are getting ahead of you, and it looks like they're hacking the embassy systems.
I saw something.
Did you though? Lost my tech there, unfortunately.
Bravo squad, moving out.
Alright, let's see if they still aggro when I get to this wall here. Maybe it was the thing that saw me. Fortunately, I can't swap ammo in the middle of this raid. That'd be too convenient. I wonder if Trank still does any damage to it. Don't you dare start that alarm, I swear to God. God! Dang it, Bobby! I probably could have gotten away with just being more patient, but it looks like I can destroy the turret, so that's good to know.
Surkov mentioned should be close by. Once
Third time's a
inside,
charm.
look for a maintenance ladder leading up to the 4th floor.
Dang it, Bobby. I think it's exactly 3 shots to kill these things. Hopefully those first 2 don't count as not crits. I guess we'll see. Alright. Don't know the math of it, but it worked, so I won't question it. It's an office room not far from here, if I recall correctly. Here we go, I think this is right. Because you have to kill that turret to get to it, or sneak past it.
Let me see if I can open the maintenance hatch by remote. They've deployed several groups on the roof. Be careful.
Let's get as many of them as we possibly can here.
What the hell was that?
Nothing to see here.
The VCI are getting ahead of you, and it looks like they're hacking the embassy systems.
Bravo squad, moving out.
Okay. This is where we really want to have stealth, unfortunately. But what are you gonna do? I guess I could wait the whole duration, but that seems like overkill. Whoa! What the hell triggered my evasion? Well, that sucks. I hate how that takes you out of the cooldown. That's the worst part about it. I might just wait rather than risk it. I think the third guy comes out to scope out what I'm doing, basically no matter what happens here. Don't you trigger it, you son of a bitch! Ah, he's gonna get it! God, ugh. I think I need to stealth later in this section. I hate having to reload it, but... yeah... I think I should just wait on the second cooldown and do it again. It's too bad there's not a checkpoint once I get upstairs. I gotta grab all this stuff again. That guy moves around too much for me to be able to shoot him in time. Some ammo back here, if I recall correctly. Alright. Fourth time. Let's do it. We got it this time, right? Open the hatch for me.
Let me see if I can open the maintenance hatch by remote.
I would just save fine and undo the alarm, but the guy mentioned that he wants this to be quiet, so... whenever they mention that, it makes me extra wanting to hold out on it.
They've deployed several groups on the roof. Be careful.
So what I'll do is I'll probably just take them all out and then go back and loot everything before I get the last group of 3, because it looks like they don't move and that there's no actual time pressure. I think there's the only time there's a time pressure in this game and when there's literally a time limit on the screen in front of your face. As long as there's not a ticking clock, then the time limit's false.
Who's our sport in Bravo Squad? Moving out.
You serious? Are you stuck in a wall? Oh my god. How did that even happen that time? Well, at least that time it wasn't my fault. I don't know what happened, but... so they're not triggering the alarm, so maybe I'm fine. I guess we'll see. I'll loot stuff as I wait for the cooldown to end. To enchant a helm with one of 300 different results. Oh my god. It's the worst. How many of those results are something that you actively want? Is it 1? Hey, oof. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. It's interesting because it's like still a valuable enchant. But it sounds like it's probably practically useless on that item. Alright, so I think I have to depend on my tech invisibility power to save me here. No alarm for you guys this time. Don't you dare. Great. First try. Jeez. That makes sense. The cooldown ended up working out. I see the other one.
Did it. Security gate's unlocked. Now all I have to do is get out of here.
Rendezvous with Surkov in the main
Delta here.
courtyard.
We're moving
He
out.
should be on his way there
Shit.
now.
Enemies respawning like that, man. Freaking me out. At least I got a checkpoint there. That guy still counts as too far away for me to critical hit. 5 or so out of 300 that are worth a lot. Right on. God, there's another turret down there, isn't there? I don't think I'd be able to take it out from this far away. Probably need to wait on my turret invisibility. Really? It's okay. Worst case, when you load a checkpoint, your cooldown's in, so...
Who's out there?
They've taken control of the elevators on the upper floors. I'm trying to shut them down and cut off further reinforcements.
Did you see something? You sure about
One
that?
team slipped through.
I think there's both a turret and a guy out there, right? Don't turn around. Whew. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why? How? Where? Can the turret see dead people and trigger alarms automatically? Alright. Just do the same thing and take as many of them out as I can.
I'm trying to shut them down and cut off further reinforcements, but one team slipped through.
We got company!
I can't do that too fast. There's other guards out here that I can't deal with, maybe?
Who's out there?
Maybe that guy saw me and it wasn't the camera.
You see that?
Yeah, I think they're seeing me every time that happens. I guess I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what's
Show
happening.
yourself.
It's like it's not causing an alert this time, though, for whatever reason. Can't shoot through glass. I don't think I can walk through that hallway. I'm gonna go pick up the stuff that I skipped. I think I skipped a hackable computer. Yeah, it's a ticket. How playable is Path of Exile without interacting with trading at all? That was a big issue with Diablo 3 when it first launched with the trading system, that it was a lot more productive to like play the market than it was to play the game.
Hide like a bitch, die like a bitch.
Buy low, sell high, all that stuff. Pizza boxes. The hell? Okay, so I guess I learned something. I guess if a turret sees you, it automatically triggers an alarm. So you have to kill both the turrets in that hallway, but you also have to have all the guards dead. So, what's the best way to do it is the question. Guys spawning in later and later. It's weird.
They've taken control of the elevators on the upper floors. I'm trying to shut them down and cut off further reinforcements, but one team slipped through.
That went better. So I got most of them. Oh shit, right? I gotta take both of those out before I progress out of this area. Okay, so first things first. Switch bullets. Switch this ability over. It's far enough away to not trigger any aggro. I have to wait for it to come off cooldown to kill the other one without triggering bad things happening. Generally better to farm for stuff to trade than to farm for stuff to use, right? But there's not really the ability to buy low, sell high, I guess? Is that true? Wow, the arrow on that thing is super janky for some reason. I'm gonna have to shoot it 5 times to keep it from pointing at me. Whoa! Now what? Did it live for an extra second? It's still alive! Oh my god. Alright, well... So much for beating this game. I'll do another mission where I don't focus on not getting any alerts, but I just... been puzzled. Like, I think it died, but it triggered an alert anyway for some reason. Like, it was like a portal turret. It stayed alive despite being on the ground.
They've taken control of the elevators on the upper floors. I'm trying to shut them down and cut off further reinforcements.
You see that?
Done. But one team slipped through.
Who's out there?
Nobody's here. Everything's fine.
The elevator shut down. Look for another way off the floor.
See if this is good enough to get me out of here. Yeah. I guess I can manage some mild glitchiness. Like, this game is probably less glitchy than, what was it? Mass Effect 1 was truly a broken game. It had a lot of degenerate strategies, a lot of stuff that was supposed to pay off and totally didn't. I wish there was a way to stealth disable these turrets. Okay, if this thing triggers an alarm, boy howdy. I'm gonna become very sad. It did not. Okay. Let's go hack this thing. At least I have a way to deal with them now. Before I didn't even have any choice if there were turrets in the hall like that. What's with the sudden music? This isn't the usual hacking music. Dossier info for Scarlet. Okay. Wait. There are guards that are aware of me now for some reason? That are far below me? Okay. Yeah, right. So then.
I'm picking up DCI transmissions. Looks like reinforcements are entering the embassy.
They can see me from here. Famous last words. Checkpoint right now would be really swell. Oh, they unloaded. Ha! Oh, that's great. They ceased existing. This guy ceased existing too. Okie dokie. I really need a checkpoint. This is around where I started. I'm just trying to get out of the embassy, right?
Surkov's at the front door. Provide cover. Don't let him get shot.
Oh, God.
For nothing.
Okay, keep me that as a checkpoint, so that's good. Anybody else in here? As long as you all don't trigger an alarm, I'm fine with this. I can't just rely on my aim because there is RPG math that determines whether or not I'm going to hit. Although it's a little bit more forgiving now that I'm in the late game and have a high number of accuracy points. Oh, I think we did it. There's still guards left. Whatever.
I'm here to find out what Halbeck's doing in Moscow, Surkov. I've been told you're the man to talk to.
Should I be honored? But Halbeck? Why?
It's my responsibility to find out what they're doing here in Moscow.
Your
and stop them.
responsibility? Forgive me, Mr. Thornton, but my understanding was that you are a rogue agent.
That doesn't make me any less responsible to my country or to the world, Mr. Surkov.
Is he gonna like that?
I will, gladly. Halbeck is smuggling weapons through Moscow. Was your country not already aware of this?
I'm not sure how much my government really knows. There seems to be protocols in place to blind them to their own actions.
I do not know who Halbeck's contact is in Moscow, but it will not take me long to find out.
I appreciate the cooperation.
As I appreciate you saving my life, Mr. Thornton. I think our responsibility to our countries is something we see eye to eye on.
Glad to hear it, Surkov. I look forward to hearing from you.
Cool. Got some XP, I got a level up, should probably bump into pistol. More critical hit distance, more pistol accuracy. Right on. And I think I got another perk. What was it? Birds of a Feather. Working with Albatross on a pivotal mission, reinforce your understanding of covert tactics, reduce cooldown on chain shot and shadow operative. That's pretty great. I'm not going to complain about that. Glad I told my handler at Alpha Protocol to go away. New store items, what do we got? Email. Mr. Thornton, out of curiosity, do you and all of your sorties walk up and introduce yourself to every uniformed soldier you meet? When the mission turned into a firefight. Oh, that annoys me. Like, I didn't get detected at all, but because the ending encounter was a firefight, it has to be a glitch or something. Whatever. I'm gonna have an aneurysm if I think about it too much. Ooh. Oh, but that replaces the silencer. We're not doing that. Body armor. Don't care. I know, right? Right, so yeah, no, I definitely reloaded several times because the guy was like, I want you to do this with perfect stealth. So I'm like, okay. Didn't have to. Didn't matter. I think the one thing that kind of frustrates me about this game is that I can't tell when something's scripted or not. And usually that's a good thing. But in this case, I can't tell if it's judging me on performance because I did something wrong, or because it was scripted to have me fail, or because I did it correctly, but it was bugged, and it didn't give me the success, right? That ambiguity reduces my enjoyment of those sorts of sections. Just roleplay it. I don't know if this guy really cares for professionalism.
Mr. Thornton, I'm glad you were able to make it. I have the information you requested.
Glad to hear it, Mr. Surkov.
Sergei, please. With that outfit you're wearing, I almost didn't see you come in. Are you planning to sneak out of here once you speak to me?
I thought I'd wait until your back is turned and hide against the wall.
Understood. Mr. Thornton, Michael. As I said, I was able to track down the information you requested. After reading your dossier, however, I had a proposal for you.
So you found out what Halbeck is doing in Moscow?
I did, but there's more to it than that. Michael, I'm going to be honest with you. Based on your record and the events in Rome and Taipei, I think you can be trusted.
Hey!
I have had dealings with Halbeck.
You see how it changed the camera angle because it was a context-sensitive dialogue option based on previous choices?
Including these missiles you're looking for.
Money talks, then.
It was more complicated than that. Halbeck and I did not see eye to eye on the terms of our arrangement. We had a falling out. Unfortunately, they've found a new partner here in Moscow. A Konstantin Brayko.
Brayko? I don't think I've heard of him. If he's an arms dealer, I'm surprised he didn't show up on the radar when I arrived.
He merely has delusions of becoming one, which makes him more dangerous. He's not the man to show restraint in business dealings, but few members of the Russian mafia do.
Can you give me details on Brayko and his operation?
He started out in prostitution and extortion, and now he's moved up to drug smuggling.
What about weapon trafficking? The Halbeck angle sounds new.
It is. If the angle is profitable, however, Brayko is an eager student. Halbeck's arrangement with Brayko is going to cause repercussions. I'm a reasonable man, but Brayko is dangerous. He will sell to anyone, provided they have the money. Those missiles, along with the other Halbeck munitions, could end up in places where greater tragedies can occur.
So what's your proposal?
If I help you with Brayko, I do not want my past involvement with Halbeck exposed. Working with him was a mistake, and I understand that.
All right. What can you tell me about him? I don't want to go there and find any more surprises like I did at the embassy.
You didn't like me as a business partner then. And I don't like my associates working in the dark.
Then all I need is Brayko's location.
He is in a mansion outside Moscow, decorated to his own particular tastes.
I'm more interested in his defenses.
That intelligence you may have to gain on your own, or purchase from local contacts.
That's useless.
Just download the location of my PDA, and I'm set.
Very well. I will have the information sent to you. And thank you again for saving my life, Michael.
Whoa there, big guy. Didn't see you there. been there the whole time?
My apologies. Champion Chick is here to see me, Mr.
Champion Chick?
If you are going after Brayko, then I am in need of protection while you're away.
He's not going to be a boss later.
I guess. That medal for real?
Champion Chick won it in the Olympics. Boxing, as a matter of fact.
He just wears it
I want some
around.
too. In shooting and martial arts. Have fun, you two.
We get our flash forward, presumably. Alright, so like, the issues I have with the game would mostly be solved by this results screen. Without, you know, spoiling what happened in the other playthrough and, you know, collapsing the Schrodinger wave function. Like, if it just told you, because you got attacked 3 times, this bad thing happened. But it uses green and red text indiscriminately just based on, you know, what happened, even if it was scripted. And that result screen should only be based on player choice and player mistakes.
Met at the embassy during the attack.
I could have timed it better had I known the VCI was planning to assault the place.
But you survived, even if many of the Marines stationed at the embassy did not. An unfortunate coincidence. Who knew those mercenaries would choose that moment to attack?
Yeah. I was only after Surkov. I didn't mean for anyone else to get in the way.
Now, don't be down on yourself. No one knew the embassy was going to be attacked, did they?
Someone did.
Well, I hear most of the Marines died doing their duty, and the VCI suffered some casualties, I imagine, but probably not much. But you handled yourself exceptionally well. You must have had help. You're truly a skilled agent, Mr. Thornton. But
Thanks.
one man against several highly trained squads?
All I do is turn invisible and punch them all in the throat. It's great.
I did have
If I had Jack Bauer option to just say fuck
an
off.
intelligence organization called G22, led by a man named Albatross.
I see.
Do you know them?
Not yet. Well, if it hadn't
That's
been for that
surprising.
attack in Moscow, I doubt if anyone would have known you were in the city. You certainly kept a low profile.
I'm not in broadcasting or marketing, so that shouldn't surprise you.
I don't know. It seems you still make an impression on the fairer sex, no matter what the age difference is.
What?
What are you talking about?
Z. In mercenary circles, she's something of an old reliable.
Is that why she's on your payroll?
Ah, so you backtracked that, did you? Very good.
Perk
She's
acquired.
not a big fan of your friend Marburg, judging
Check
from her
the
comments.
camaraderie perk.
The poor man doesn't have many friends in his line of work, Thornton. Show some sympathy.
I already pity him.
I'll pass that along. But back to the reason you were at the embassy. Surkov.
Yeah, I sort of expected more from ex-KGB when I met him, but maybe that's part of his charm.
So you know about his past?
Yep, him going legit, starting his corporation. Sorry, corporations. Trying to bring capitalism to Russia, the whole bit.
It really is comical how much
You didn't seem to have much trouble.
protagonists from like the 2010 era look almost identical.
You had a cordial talk while the bullets were flying.
He cooperated. I think he appreciated the fact I acted like a professional. I don't know if he fully trusted me then, but...
But he did tell you who had the Hellbeck missiles. And he gave you a name.
Yes. Konstantin Brayko.
Ah, Brayko. What is it about the younger generation? At least Surkov was a businessman. They pretend to obey the law. But Konstantin... Now,
No, not this one.
there's a story I'd like to hear.
This is default,
Up-and-coming Russian monster meets rogue American agent.
default Thornton.
What could the two of you possibly
You can like
talk about?
change his tan level and
Oh,
like his eyewear,
Star.
but he looks just like default Shepard or default Assassin's Creed protagonist. Yeah, so this is the one I designed. Still basically the same face structure. I was able to give him slightly more hair, which was surprising. I'm surprised they don't keep your changes to his look in those flash forward sequences. Wonder if it was expensive to do so or something. Did have room for a third armor mod. Something that doesn't impact sound dampening. Let's see what I can afford now. Got a decent amount of money. Default River Phoenix. I think that's the default beard. I can double check soon, but I don't think they changed anything. It sounds like that could actually be nice based on the problems I've been having with that. Ability cooldown would be really nice. The way I'm using them. Is there anything else that's better for cooldowns? $57,000. Can I make that happen? Awesome. Hey, thank you, Kiri.
You're super awesome. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, I'm just gonna be short, aren't I? It was 50 and change, was it? Wait, hold on. 57. Oh. Alright, I think I'll have to wait until the next mission and then I can grab it. Oh, it's clean shaven? Huh. His skin tone is definitely different in that, and he doesn't have his glasses. So I just assumed that that was the default, but I haven't seen the default in such a long time, I don't remember.
Agent Darcy sent me this for acing the training course. He misspelled my name. Thornton.
Brayko's mansion, let's do it. I wanted to check with the camaraderie thing. That's probably for getting a high liked rate with a bunch of different people, and not specifically with him.
So if you're going after Brayko, you can either sneak in or hit the front gate guns blazing. Whichever you choose, I suggest you not go in alone.
Already got both options covered, and I've got company.
What do you mean? Where are you?
Inside Brayko's compound. Albatross was nice enough to leave an opening for me.
Thanks, Albatross. Alright, just want to see what it does. Camaraderie. 5% discount on non-intel purchases from all sources because I won over 10 people. Awesome. They really put me right behind an enemy. It's funny. This compound looks remarkably familiar. Oh shit, I didn't realize it was going to do that. I'll say it looks remarkably familiar to the American Embassy compound game. Throat punch poltergeist. Protocol. Yeah, is that everybody? Make sure there's nothing else that I need that's out here. Do you still really like this minigame?
like the mansion security systems are a little dated.
So's the decor.
I think I can tap into the surveillance systems and use it to track down Brayko or the Hellbeck data. This whole place is wired on one circuit.
Hellbeck data first.
I love that they give you these arbitrary choices.
I've isolated the main server. Looks like it's in the basement. A lot of traffic through there. It's probably the main security system.
I only have enough time to download one file.
Can't track him down, so be careful.
Creepy loud noise. Man, there's another,
Ask you a question, you sit there, I caught you, you sit there, you bore the shit out of me.
If someone's here, come out now.
Okay. Oh shit, I thought there'd be someone in here.
Fucking scarf, stupid
Oh
jacket.
man, you'll never guess where I am now.
Arcade, right?
Yeah, how'd you know?
Hey!
I recognize the sound of Galaxy Invaders.
Galaxy
I used
Invaders?
to play that all the time in high school. Uh-oh.
What?
They've locked down the room. I'll try to override the system, but you'll have to take them out first.
Score coming up.
Alright, so my problem here is that like 9 dudes spawned in as I walked into that room, so let's try that again. The Russian mob sure does love arcade cabinets, I know, right? I guess if one of them had been in each of the areas, it wouldn't stand out as much, but because they were both in Moscow, right? It's pretty funny.
Ask you a question, you sit there, I caught you, you sit there, you bore the shit out of me.
It's trigger evasion for some reason. I don't know why, but okay. Yeah, not great. So I don't think there's actually anything back there. I could just go straight to the arcade where I get ambushed and try to throw punch everyone.
Ask you a question, you sit there, I caught you, you sit there, you bore the shit out of me. Stupid jacket.
Oh man, you'll never guess where I am now.
Arcade, right?
Yeah, how'd you know?
I recognize the sound of Galaxy Invaders. I used to play that all the time in high school. Uh-oh.
What?
They've locked down the room. I'll try to override the system, but you'll have to take them out first.
One high score coming up.
I'll see what I can do.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'm gonna move and solve it.
Alright, that went better. I want to play some of these games. I want to play Galaxy Invaders. I thought there was a security camera in here. I guess not. More guards just spawned in. I really do feel like some of these areas are assuming that you have that shadow operative power, because like you've got here, there's no way to sneak through this, right? They have like preternatural eagle vision, and they don't ever turn around, they just face the door. Every now and then I fall apart.
Grenade out.
Oh, thanks. Well, that sucks. Because G22 decided to help me, triggered aggro against all of them. But I think I got a checkpoint right in that hallway as soon as I got out of the arcade though, so that's helpful. Thanks, G22. Appreciate it.
I think I just walked into Brayko's bedroom.
You sure?
Trust me.
Oh, so much for G22. They tried.
Mike, what are you doing?
Chill out. Don't want her calling an alarm. What if she's got a gun? This is a spy game. Hey, LitFX, how you doing?
Team 2, hold in position.
Intense lockpicking music.
How many times
Hey, Brewski.
I have to let my little friend got you?
Once per week. Mondays.
You're not going to have any skill left after I'm done with you.
You can see the schedule at the events page if you click it up above the stream. Yeah, right? This is gonna end badly. It is, isn't it?
What was that?
You heard nothing and saw nothing. Did you? Did you hear something? Are you sure about that?
What the fuck?
The night is so beautiful.
Oh, she's just dancing, doesn't even care. Knocked all these people out.
Colors. There is color all around me.
What's up, friend? Do you want an answer to that, LitFX? Do not restart. I guess I'll say that. I can elucidate further or help you to be less stressed out about the Dragon Run. You're not the first person I've talked to that has that issue. My friend Haypax was freaking out and like avoiding ever attempting bosses. Yeah, exactly, this name. Everyone's like, yeah, that makes sense. Typical Russian mob stuff. I guess all I'll say is don't stress too much about Dragon Rat.
Mike, I think that's
Remember
Albatross
how
Brayko's
hollowing
torture.
works in the other Dark
He let
Souls
himself get
games.
captured? I have no idea how he survived in this business so long.
I don't know. But if he talks, he could expose you. But if he doesn't, then he's dead. Mike, from the sound of it, I don't know how much longer he's going to last.
It's either Albatross or the data, then. Great.
Albatross helped us
Where's
out.
Albatross?
Albatross and Brayko are in the mansion's guest house. If I read the signal right. Mike, you don't have much time.
All right, Mike. Head
Rescue ally.
through the courtyard, look for the guest house.
Tango 9, tracking bogies.
Whoops, can go that way. There's just the one guy out here. Alright. Two, three, four. Glad I was able to trigger that in time. I was getting worried. Bunch more dudes spotted as I loaded in the room.
Albatross?
Mike. I'd get up, but I'm in a lot of pain that
Why would I kill him at that point?
I'm trying to ignore.
Hold on, Albatross. Let me get you out of there.
Very well.
Hey, level up.
Can you stand?
Probably gets me pretty close to max pistol. No one left behind.
I can make it to the exit.
Yeah, I was saying that earlier, Lit Effects. Albatross!
From Halbeck.
Doesn't have flavors, it's bloody Albatross. Which is... It sounded like he was gonna die anyway. It was the worry that they were gonna kill him and in the process get information about me. Sweet. Now I'm a murder master. Now I can crit hit across most maps with a pistol. Oh, the keypad's working again? I'm pretty sure that's the first one I hacked.
Mike, I think Albatross made it out.
Good.
Of course he did.
It's tougher than I thought.
I've gotten to the perimeter, Mike. Thank you for intervening.
Next time, stick with us.
That seems like Brayko for me.
Ooh, the fast crit lineup time is great now. Anybody else in here? Is that everybody? I have to do another shot just to get it to go, right? That's pretty awesome. I'm hanging around my neck.
Who the fuck are you? Where did you come from? Where the fuck are my guards?
Konstantin Brayko. Keep your hands where I can see them.
Why don't you go fuck yourself?
-1 reputation.
They're right here on my fucking guns.
We have to do it the hard way, Brayko.
I'm like a little bitch.
Surprise, we do. Or is this another significant boss where whether I use lethal or non-lethal methods doesn't matter?
Come out, wherever you are.
Doesn't matter. Okay, thanks.
I'll action free, whatever the fuck
It's going Super Saiyan with drugs on me?
Hope he got the special blend Hex sent him.
Oh shit, I think I damaged him too much. I guess we'll see. Oh, the endgame. It's like the upside down difficulty curve is so special in this.
Messed up my jacket.
Remember that first boss that I died like 7 times to?
How can you tell?
Why the fuck did you?
When I finally beat him, it took me like 20 minutes of slow shooting.
You fucking dog. Fuck your girl.
I'm asking the questions, Brayko. I don't want to kill you unless I have to. So listen to what I say.
Avoid the music getting copyright claimed.
Don't talk to me like I'm some kind of child. Fuck.
If I have to repeat myself, then you're just wasting my time.
Look, I made a mistake before.
We can work something out. Mother.
I hope so. Otherwise I wouldn't have come all this way.
Then, what is it you want? Name it. I'll get it.
Tell me everything you know about Halbeck.
The company? Well, what about them?
You don't even know what I'm talking about, do you? This whole operation hasn't added up since the beginning.
Operation? What the fuck?
Do you know who arranged the Halbeck munitions to be shipped into Moscow?
Surkov. Why?
Damn it.
What? Surkov sent you here?
He named you as Halbeck's smuggling contact. Why did you take their shipments and cut Surkov out of the loop?
Me? Fuck that. Surkov is the one who was doing the deal. And he kept it from me. I served that fuck for years. Like a son. Like brothers. And all the while he's bleeding me dry.
So you stole the missiles and the shipping data to make a point.
He betrayed me. You betray me. You suffer. Slowly. Then you die.
Looks like I may need to pay Surkov a visit and chat with him.
Look, this place, that sound system, gifts to you. That shit in my vault, that's only 1 vault I got. I can set you up for life.
If I let you live, you mean?
Yeah, the big if, huh? I wouldn't ask except something about this. You didn't come here to kill me.
Surkov told me that you had the Halbeck data records. That's what brought me here.
Sergey? Surkov was the one dealing with Halbeck, not me.
Oh shit.
Told me.
That's why they planted the big guy that we're gonna have to fight later, right?
We worked together for years, and that arrogant fuck didn't breathe a word about it. Or the money. That's why I hijacked the data and the weapons in the first place, to make a point to that lying fuck. But then you come along and he tells you everything? Fucking bullshit.
I think it's your attitude. You're a little loud for his tastes.
Fuck it. I wish you'd killed me. This day has been the shits. Look, we can make a deal, you and me. I pay. All you have to do is let me walk out of
Gonna die or not?
Never see me again. Unless, of course, you need anything else, maybe.
Alright, hand over the cash and I never see you again.
I'll give you the funds I have in Moscow. It's all yours. And if you need a job, maybe.
Not a chance, Brayko.
The evil music.
Don't leave town in case I have more questions.
Whatever you say, boss. I still need to wrap up some loose ends.
Boss is gonna be mad at me for letting the guy live. Prevent Surkov's escape. Okay. You took money from him. Well, yeah, I need to buy stuff.
You slipped into the mansion without being detected.
I can neither confirm nor deny your accusation, if the action in question even took place.
And you avoided his security systems, guards, and gained access to his systems.
Assuming I did any of that, is there something wrong?
Hardly. If you were there, and we have evidence you were, then you must have had a good reason. And I'd be curious to know what you found.
I'll bet you would, but I really can't say anything more without a lawyer present, Leyland. Do I get a phone call, or...?
Fine. You seem to take pride in being untraceable, Thornton. It's an impressive skill. And one that's wasted in government. Video footage was recovered from the security cameras at the mansion. Although not many cameras were left intact.
So why the questions, then? Obviously, you know everything that happened in the mansion already.
Not exactly. Because you weren't the only one attacking the place. Just like the embassy.
True. The two missions had a lot in common. Mostly wrong place, wrong time, bad coincidences, all that.
Or perhaps you're not a lone agent after all. There's only so many coincidences that can happen before they stop being coincidences.
Sometimes the enemy of my enemy... Well, I don't need to elaborate.
Oh, you do. And you will. Whatever the reason, Brayko certainly has a way with trespassers. I heard he captured the leader of the attackers. Tortured them.
I wouldn't put it past him. He's got a temper.
So you didn't come across a victim? No signs of anyone being tortured? Nothing you heard or saw?
I did see someone being tortured, but it wasn't my business. My mission was Brayko.
Then whoever was being
Assume that they're talking about Albatross, right? Who I rescued.
Been able to get away when you had your fight with Brayko, or they were rescued.
Maybe, and maybe whoever rescued them didn't like the thought of leaving someone to die at Brayko's hands. But hey, that's just a guess.
Sounds like someone with a code of ethics.
Or maybe someone who wanted to help. If you've seen anyone being tortured, I'd like to think the natural reaction would be to help them.
If you in fact stepped in at your earliest convenience, that would be admirable. If.
Yeah, if.
In the end, you found Brayko and dealt with him.
Yep. Got the intel I needed, closed the connection, and shut down your shipments. You got nothing.
Yes. How embarrassing for us. Years of work ruined. It'll take us some time to find a new contact in Moscow. If we find one at all. You're thorough, Thornton, I'll give you that. For a minute there, I thought we'd underestimated you. That you might be too dumb to figure it out.
Ha! Got me on that one. Oh, Halliburton.
So, he underestimated me and thought I was too dumb to figure it out.
Yeah, that's the thing I just
Surkov's
said.
in for a surprise.
Then you have the upper hand. I don't think anyone knows what happened in the mansion, and Surkov's already under the radar.
It might be a little too early for congratulations. I still need to get Surkov. Got a fix on where he's hiding yet?
In doing the background check, I run a batch file to track
He's totally got a James Bond henchman.
Local companies, especially dummy corporations.
Champion
One rose
chick.
to the top. Molotech. It's local, and it's been shut down for months.
Why Molotech?
Because the batch file also checks keycards, cell phone, and internet activity, and all of those have been detected at Molotech in the past 24 hours. And, according to the timestamps, not long after you paid Surkov a visit in his office.
That's great, Mina. Well done. The next time I go rogue and I'm hunted by every intelligence agency in the world, you're going to be the first one I call.
Agent Thornton. I may even do you the honor of answering the phone, if I don't have any other job offers. But Mike,
friendship is magic.
Tech, watch yourself, okay? Surkov, he's...
I'll be careful. I promise I won't blow up anything or shoot anyone unless I have to.
About that. I'm probably going to shoot every single person in there with tranq rounds. You know, I'm not a monster. Charming Gardens. Insurance over 6 months, get 17 competitors. Oh, right, this is the market manipulation thing. Send it to Scarlet again. Not getting my money's worth for it, but. Trusted by Scarlet. Alright, so now I have enough to buy the best gun in the game. But it feels like more accuracy and damage on a pistol is overkill at this point. So I really want something that lets me use my overpowered abilities more often. Which is going to be one of these guys. Ability cooldown. Because I don't know what moderately means. Be prepared, perk acquired. Cool. It doesn't actually show me what it is as a stat, like how much it decreases cooldown times, but anything's good at this point. Let's see. Endurance recharge rate 20% for rescuing your ally. That's cool. Something about being prepared was the one I just got, right? Increase ammo capacity with all weapons. Sweet. That's why I wasn't buying intel before, and I saw that buying intel gives you perks, and I was like, shit, I need to buy all these now. Really? I really like that game. It was one of the most interesting, like, the actual gameplay was incredibly silly, but the like, plot universe was a really serious world. Ganymede need to put that on subblock forever ago. Prevent Surkov's escape. Okay.
In the lobby. No secretary.
Nothing on radio. Security system's quiet.
Should I be concerned?
You aren't already? Let's find Surkov. He's in the building somewhere.
Apple exclusive? Oh. Apple's doing a gaming subscription service? That's weird. It's also kind of an odd franchise to pick for, like, a exclusive. And the issue of monopolies in tech is a complicated one. I really like the window, and Steam is pretty much the only provider.
Looks like Surkov's employees are pulling a late night, and they're armed.
There must be more. I can't be too far away. Surkov's trying to leave. I just picked up a helicopter approaching on satellite.
You won't get away that easily.
You don't make way too much noise, you know that? Oh shit, I'm using regular pistols. My bad. And I died, didn't matter. I think Dave Gibbons was the illustrator for the original Days of Sky, right?
You won't get away that easily.
Oh shit. Apparently touching a item like that disables your stealth. Oh, there's someone here, alright. Oh, it's in here. Oh shit, shit, it's on, okay. I'm still on lethal ammo. I gotta change that. I guess I had it from the last boss fight and forgot before I got to a checkpoint. Don't want to create any more orphans. I'm sure to avoid all of them, right? You get a bonus for not fighting people or something?
Mike, so you returned to speak to me. Good. I was worried Konstantin might get the upper hand, and of the two of you, you are a more reasonable man.
How can you see me?
Working with Halbeck in Moscow, you're going to answer for that.
The emphasis in your accusation should be on the past tense. But yes, that much is true.
What, you've suddenly reformed? Gone legit?
Michael, Halbeck approached me many years ago concerning weapons trafficking. The relationship over time proved profitable to both of us, until recently. I deal with intermediaries, but they share Halbeck's arrogance and unwillingness to negotiate in a changing market.
Short-term profit in exchange for burning your bridges with Halbeck? Are you sure you're a businessman?
Yes, a territorial one. Halbeck and I don't agree on certain globalization practices. In the long term, our goals with regards to weapon distribution was an inequitable one. Mr. Thornton, we're talking now because I see an opportunity here for both of us to take down a common enemy. Interested? I will only make this offer once.
What do you want in exchange? Immunity?
No, I
Take
simply
down
want Halbeck out of my
Dick
country,
Cheney.
which will ensure greater profits for me in the long run.
So we get rid of a greater evil in exchange for a lesser one.
Welcome to the world, Mr. Thornton. But believe me, I seek to strengthen my country, and Halbeck seeks to weaken it.
All right, Surkov. We'll be partners for this. But once Halbeck has answered for its crimes, then...
Agent Thornton, you are a man who seeks to do what is right. I expect no more and no less. I will arrange for the records to be transferred to you. If additional developments occur, I shall notify you.
Understood. We'll be in touch.
Presumably, if I disagreed with him, I'd have to fight his James Bond henchman. Only 2 that time.
Mike. Is it odd?
Hey, she's physically here. How very Mass Effect, right? Because she has my
No, I'm glad you're
highest
here. Although I'm guessing this means
rapport
trouble.
with anybody.
You could say that. I came here because we're out of time. Taipei, Rome, Moscow. As far as the agency is concerned, they've been resolved to Halbeck's satisfaction. Perhaps not ideally, but Halbeck's projections are optimistic.
Well, this entire game takes place in the Eastern Hemisphere.
Not yet. First they'll delete Alpha Protocol and erase
I guess maybe the
everything
training
associated
levels
with
in the US.
it. And that means you.
Then I have to stop them. Alone. You've done enough.
No, Mike, I haven't. I could have done more. I could... If Alpha Protocol is erased, then you're erased. Whatever life you had will be gone. You'll be rogue forever. Until someone finds you and kills you. And I can't let that happen to you.
It's not about me, Mina. It's about stopping them. What happens to me, it doesn't matter.
It does matter, Mike. If you hadn't arrived when you did, then we would have had no chance to stop them.
Am I right that this scene is different depending on who you have the highest rep with?
And again and...
Mina, we're going to get through this.
Mike.
I mean it. We have to get through this.
It feels like a romance
A lot of people are
cutscene
counting
in
on us.
Mass Effect 1 or 2.
It's always the mission, isn't it? If Halbeck isn't exposed, if Alpha Protocol isn't exposed,
Or both.
then they'll think they've won.
Until the war begins. Then everybody loses.
Why do you keep doing it, Mike? Is it because you want to see Halbeck answer for what it did? Or were you just following orders?
Mina, your whole life, your whole career has been in government. I mean, you are Alpha
It's a romance scene, but it's always Mina.
No, Mike, I'm
So do you have to have a high enough rank with her for it to work?
Entire career.
I feel like they changed some stuff, like with Sis and
I'm the
Scarlet.
one who cut you loose. I knew they were going
Secret
to kill you,
fact.
so I did the only thing I could think of. I used Alpha Protocol for its intended purpose.
Why did you do it? Why did you make me rogue?
I read your dossier, Mike. You always try to do what's right, as long as you can act on your own. So I saved you from the missile and helped you go rogue. And I purposely cut you off from Westridge.
So who are you really working for?
I can't tell you, Mike.
Other romances happen at different points? Okay. So there's other points where you meet a character, and then depending on your rapport with them, you get a romance.
Shut down.
Even if they hurt the United States.
Alpha Protocol isn't the United States, Mike. And if stopping Alpha Protocol prevents World War III, then it's in the world's interests, not ours.
So,
Sure.
we have to save the world, while the whole world is out to get us.
Which would have changed the scope of me choosing between her and the other people.
Although I'm not sure how.
Well, I could have been killed by now. Kind of surprised I'm not.
So am I. But I'm glad you weren't.
So, All I have to do is find a top-secret facility located in God knows where, defeat the folks that trained me, along with a battalion of agents and Marines, recover the evidence of an international conspiracy, and, prevent World War III.
I think that about sums it up.
Yes, I better get started then. But first, you better get to safety.
Mike, I want to help. I can return to Alpha Protocol, but I had to warn you first. I can still help you from the inside.
All right, Mina. But be careful. I think we're only going to get one shot at this.
What are you going to
Should
do?
not miss our
Call
chance.
in a few favors. If Alpha Protocol thinks it's the only one with an army, they're in for a shock.
Right, because I've been making friends.
A recent European Union study published by the Scarpacci Group.
Now I've got the shittiest possible computer, right? This was probably fine the whole time. Oh my god, look at all these messages. Alright. Scarlet, you got my attention. Maybe dinner's in order. I'll even let you stay for the meal. $1,000 probably. Shaheed. Mercy for the rich and influential, slaughter for the nameless stranger. Oh, don't make me feel bad, man. If I could do it the other way around and just kill you. Thanks, Omen. What a fella. F yeah. 2 chicks at once. They're reminding me that I have all these allies now. Intercepted an internal memo sent to Leyland, who's basically Dick Cheney. Interesting. Okay, cool. So if that's like a Mass Effect 3, you know, go up against the enemy alone or ally all of those spy groups, that's pretty cool. Depends on whether it delivers on what it seems to be promising or not, you know? Alright. I could buy a new pistol soon. See if there's anything else I could conceivably want. I don't think so. Just save for the pistol. I don't think I have anything new to sell, do I? I won't be able to afford it. That's okay.
Central News, Halbeck Industries is facing intense scrutiny from shareholders. Just the latest bump in a troubled road for the once mighty defense contractor.
Contact everybody. Let's do Albatross first.
What the hell? Guess the old man gave me a false number.
Communications decrypted. Signal established.
Albatross. Your signal's weak. I can barely see you.
Agent Thornton, Mike, my apologies for the poor connection. It's the price one pays for privacy. I can only spare a few minutes, so tell me what you need, quickly.
I'm infiltrating the Alpha Protocol facility, and I need your help.
I see.
This guy reminds me of an actor. I can't place it, though.
If you think I know the location of the facility, I can't help you.
Yeah, that's pretty great. With a period, question mark, or exclamation point. The different styles. It's a pretty great just summary of the 3 different styles in the game.
You'll need to buy yourself some time before I can intervene. May I ask why you're infiltrating the agency? It seems counterproductive, not to mention the low chance of success.
I have to do this, and I have to find out the truth of what's going on there. I can pay you for your help, Albatross.
You don't need to pay me, Mike. An alliance with you and your continued survival has proven to be in my best interests. When I was at Brayko's mercy, you chose to intervene. I've not forgotten. And you spared Sis when you had no reason to do so. Now it is my turn to help
I could like see the game. I can see the Matrix code as it drops and like fills in dialogue options, right?
One doesn't kill the golden goose.
And when you spared Sis,
seems doing both.
I guess there's not a different way to do it, but
I would agree. Once you reach your destination, we shall prove it.
you play enough of these games and you can see the way it like clicks slightly when it loads stuff in like that. Secret fact on Albatross, eh? What we are. Albatross. According to his own admission, Albatross takes his name from the rhyme of the ancient mariner. And I learned something about Mina as well. Directly responsible for interfering with Operation Desert Spirit, cutting me loose from the agency. Still suspicious, right? Scarlet. Oh, if I had saved Madison, would she be a connection here? I guess I don't know what army I could get from her. I can't contact Omen, which is a bummer. I guess, who else could I have met up with in this sequence?
The door was open. You don't seem surprised. How did you know it was me?
I would have known if it
Oh right,
wasn't
you told me about that.
Footsteps are like signatures.
That's an interesting skill to have picked up.
In case you haven't guessed already, I don't have much of a social life.
I just listened to footsteps.
What is it you needed, Mike? Got another story to pass along?
Yes, but it's complicated.
That's so? What a surprise. Very little about you seems simple. I was pretty certain you might be Interpol or military. But my gut tells me intelligence. But none of my contacts have heard of you.
Contacts? So you've been checking up on me?
I didn't want to, but you really don't leave me much choice if I want to know the truth.
If I was intelligence, is that something you think I'd tell a journalist?
You tell me.
I like the long sweater and bare midriff.
If you can. I think I deserve that much.
There's not much to say. I used to work for the United States government.
Required honest.
I still do in my own way.
What do you mean?
I'm not exactly welcome back home. When you met me in Saudi Arabia, that was my last official mission with the US. After that, I've been on my own. Except for people I've met on the way. Like you.
It doesn't sound like you've had a chance to relax in Saudi Arabia.
That's an understatement.
So presumably this is the potential Scarlet romance sequence, but you have it anyway, whether you've got enough rep with her or not.
So, I checked the corporate gossip. Halbeck's taken quite an interest in you.
Let's just say Leyland and I don't see eye to eye on business practices. You ever met him?
At press conferences. Quite the snake. But that doesn't explain why Halbeck would be after you.
I accidentally discovered something in Saudi Arabia I shouldn't have. Something that could ruin Halbeck.
What did you find out?
I found they'd been selling weapons to Al Samad, and I got proof.
Is that why you're here?
I think a majority of the characters in this game prefer that you be professional, which is interesting.
Then the world needs to know.
There's a couple standout characters that don't, like the
I'll make sure it gets
Olga lady, and the crazy guy that wants you to be James Bond with him.
Do you need to leave right now?
I do. I'm sorry.
Me too.
Thanks, Scarlet. For everything.
I haven't done anything yet, Mike. Thank me when we see each other again, alright?
Sorry, I gotta go. I'm gonna journalist zone you, Scarlet. I don't really know her that well, man. I've just been sending her, like, scoops. People are generally neutral towards professional. I see. So I wouldn't be getting a bad response if I went with professional for most of the game. I see what you're saying. Thanks, Zach. It does seem like a lot of the important characters respect professionalism, though.
Welcome, Agent Thornton. This is the meeting I spoke of long ago in Saudi Arabia, I believe. I have much to share with you.
Is it about Halbeck?
A portion of it is, yes. The rest concerns its partner, your Alpha Protocol program. But that will cost you.
I don't have much more to give, Shaheed. And I did spare your life before.
You know as well as I do. These events that Halbeck has set in motion, they are not well researched. They are conflicts. And then there are wars. What they have started, it is a fire that will sweep the globe.
And that concerns you?
When these events will make my country suffer more than it deserves? Yes. And when another may shoulder the rightful blame? Again, yes.
Rightful blame.
Indeed. Are you prepared to betray your own country, Agent Thornton? When I speak of blame, it is the United States that is the one responsible for these events.
I've come this far, and I'm already acting against its best intentions, apparently.
And you have no doubts on this?
As soon as they conspired with Halbeck, they ceased being the government I'm fighting for.
Even though you once owed them allegiance?
My duty isn't to them. My duty is to make sure no one uses other nations as
a nationalism,
financial or religious agendas, especially if people get killed because of it.
I see. You are an admirable man, Agent Thornton. I misjudged you when we first met.
I don't think so. And after this, we're through. So if you're thinking of replacing Halbeck and causing more trouble, I'll track you down, with or without Alpha Protocol.
Very well. You should know the Alpha Protocol you are under. It is designed for such abuse, and you are a victim of it.
I know, but I walked into it.
Hand of El Samad.
I see.
+2.
But you have come for help, or simply to call a favor due. I have information that should be of use to you in hurting Halbeck. Accounts, transactions, and knowledge of their involvement with your program. And of course, the missile codes you asked for. Although I fail to see what use they are to you.
That's a start.
A start?
Yes. I need you to broadcast something for me. I have a suspicion that's going to cause quite a stir where I'm headed.
Do you happen to know this name? If there's other characters that I could have been reaching out to in this sequence if I had done things differently earlier in the game? 3 seems pretty good, but I know I could have killed Shaheed and had no event there. Thanks, Shaheed. Let's do it. Infiltrate Alpha Protocol. New mission available. Endgame. I see. Select a handler for the final mission. You don't see her much after that.
Did you take care of what you had to do?
Everything's in place. How about you?
It shouldn't be much longer.
Are you safe?
Probably safer than you.
Must be why he changes his appearance.
Goodbye, Mina. Mind if I sit here?
Go ahead. It'll save me from having to call in the squad. All done running?
Never was.
Yeah, well, whatever you call it, I'm here to bring you in. Glad you're not making a fuss about this.
I called you, remember?
We're gonna pick up from inside the interrogation room? That'd be pretty funny. I know intel for it. It's fine. Not buying the ultimate gun, but I don't think it's necessary. It would be overkill at this point. Subtle approach 2.
So, here we are, Agent Thornton.
Guess you can go home again.
I'm gonna in media you in the res.
Mr. Westridge first spoke to you in this room, didn't he?
Interrogated, actually. It was a really dull conversation.
When he asked you why you volunteered for Alpha Protocol, do you remember what you told him?
I want to serve my country.
And you think by being assigned here is the best way to do that?
Give me a mission and I'll prove it.
Was it all you expected, Mike? Looking back, was it all worth it now? You'll have to excuse me.
They really record everything.
This part to be recorded for posterity. I wanted to make sure it's captured perfectly.
It was worth it. I'm gonna see this mission through, Leyland. Henry. I'm gonna see you arrested for those people you killed and see that Halbeck answers for its crimes.
Really?
Count on it.
All right, Thornton. I think you misunderstand me. You see, I'm not here to gloat. I'm here to offer you a deal.
I'm not giving up the film footage, see?
I don't care, Mike. That's a separate appointment in my calendar. Right now, we're discussing you and Halbeck.
What are you talking about?
If you stay here, it isn't going to turn out well for you. The best you could have hoped for was to be captured by Alpha Protocol. Then they can erase you quietly. To me, that seems like a waste of talent.
Really?
Really? Do you know why I used you in the first place?
I'm all ears.
Because you're a dick?
Because I recognize an asset when I see it. That is the reason Halbeck is where it is today, and why our numbers are so high. It's also why Mr. Marburg chose to work for me. It's because I recognize value, and I reward loyalty.
You're offering me a job.
Mike, you already work for me. I just like to make it official. We have an excellent insurance package.
What makes you think I'd even consider that?
Because you can't go back. You found out too much. You know where all the embarrassing little connections are. That makes you a good agent, but a rather large liability. Me, I have a different perspective on the situation. I know what you did needed to be done to achieve results. It's a rare quality to find someone willing to think outside the box.
I still haven't heard your terms yet. And it sounds like you've made this offer before.
This was the same talk.
I feel like the length in this game is pretty appropriate.
Although I didn't know his agency connection when I hired him. You're a special case.
Because there could have been another set of like 3 places to visit, but...
So, a few things. 1, you're going to be executed at worst, or at best, spend life in a CIA prison in Eastern Europe. 2, this will be the last conversation you will have with another human being. And 3, it really wasn't my fault that this whole situation happened, but I think you already recognize that.
I'm listening.
Mike, your government needed my contracts. They hired me to build this place, and worst of all, they created you.
Worst of all?
Yes, because when they create programs like this, there's no accountability. And when people never have to answer for the things they do...
People need to be protected. Sometimes it's necessary.
No, it's not. You're sitting in a cell because of it. Your life over.
It'd be nice if anyone ever had consequences for anything.
Have to answer for. I can fix that. We can fix that.
How?
Make them accountable. I don't need Alpha Protocol anymore. It's going to be shut down, sanitized. But if selected footage reached the world about its presence, well, that might be the best for all parties.
What? So you can make new hostilities, drive up sales?
My role in this is already protected. You got my missiles back. Shaheed is dead, and all your operations in Taipei, Moscow, Rome, it didn't change anything. I can give you freedom, a new lease on life, even a villa of your choosing anywhere in the world. All I need is your cooperation. So, is it a deal or not? A future or no future at all?
Forget it.
I've given it careful thought. Forget it. I'm never working for you. You and Alpha Protocol aren't getting away with this. I'm gonna drag you out to the light.
Disappointing. Although, one last thing I'm curious about. Since you have every angle covered, what happened to that footage, Mike? The one of the airliner you had in your possession.
It's safe.
Oh, you mean with Scarlet?
Oh, what? Shit.
You mean safe with Scarlet. That's who you gave it to.
I didn't say that.
No, she did when we asked. She's here, you know. She was resistant at first, but, well...
Don't hurt her. I can recover that footage for you.
Noble, but misplaced. I'll have her tortured if I have to. Make no mistake about it. Who knows what sorts of secrets she could reveal. But enough about her.
I gave her all
You've
the secrets.
lost all your efforts for nothing. You can't stop us.
But not yet. Because you're still planning something, right?
You're correct. There are some matters to be cleared up. Soon, all trace of this facility will be erased, and you along with it. After all, it never really existed in the first place.
Leyland?
What is it?
I haven't forgotten my mission. I'm gonna see that you answer for what happened to the people on that airliner. And only I'm leaving this place alive.
Amusing.
Not really.
Well then, you'd best get to it, Mr. Thornton. You have an hour. I look forward to your efforts.
This asshole again. Winnie the Pooh.
Yourself to be captured, making us go through the effort of bringing you here. Well done.
It was the only way to find this place quickly, and I knew you were looking for me. It seemed time to kill two birds with one stone, pardon the metaphor.
Indeed. Well, as I said, well done.
I have, like, the highest reputation with this guy compared to Mina.
I was hoping to convince you to work for us.
That's why I one-shot him last time, I think.
The VCI. But that would depend on you.
Refuse, kiss my ass, and fuck off.
The offer is out of the question, then? Goodbye, Agent Thornton. Perhaps we'll see each other again soon.
Doc will be along in just a bit to administer your meds.
Hey, bookends.
Nice
Back where we started. Sis? Okay. So presumably that has to be a bunch of potentially different characters, depending on what you chose. It's based on the handler you picked? Okay. So I picked Albatross, but she was dead. Maybe it would have been Albatross?
What the hell is going on in there?
The romance scene is now. That's funny.
I'll do what I can to assist you.
What the hell is going on with these little flags in here?
That's funny.
Thought I heard something.
Sniper!
Sniper. That's a reasonable guess. It's incorrect, but...
You're not getting far. I'll be watching you.
Hey, level up. Guess toughness? Favorite character? I like Winnie the Pooh. It's pretty funny. Albatross was cool too.
Grenade!
Cavalry.
No, I mean the character in Alpha Protocol. I forget his name, but he's voiced by Winnie the Pooh. Points into health? Who am I? I know, right? Had nowhere else to put. Marburg, that's right. I can still get money in here.
This is not a drill.
Damn, which one?
Last chance, guys. Back up your files.
Agent? Or is it just Mike Thornton now, with the rank stripped away? Never understood why we had titles anyway. Meaningless. I don't understand why you wanted to speak to me. If you think I can help you, you're wrong.
We'll see.
Yeah, Heck's pretty funny.
Hear what I have to say. Parker, the plan you arranged with Halbeck, it's not gonna work.
Really? Doubtful. I thought there was a chance you might return. You are resourceful, even for a rogue agent.
Well, I have you all to thank for being rogue, don't I? I thought it would just be a cover, but you made it real.
If you blame me for this, then you're in error. Miss Tang is to blame.
I already knew that.
I know what Mina did, but you were the one who ordered the missile strike on my location.
Yes, but that was not my order. I would have preferred you return here, where you could be monitored. As you can see, letting you run around is dangerous. And, despite your flaws, you are a valuable resource. Now, what do you want? There's little I can do for you, so make it quick.
I just want to know, why did you try and kill me in Saudi Arabia? You sent the coordinates to Halbeck.
To kill both you and Shaheed and erase the evidence of the missiles, yes. The math was logical. But I'm not surprised you find it confusing.
So you never even asked?
I didn't mean to pick that.
Mission data to a contractor. Why?
Compromised? Nah. As I said, I was ordered to. As much as you were tasked to kill Shaheed, I was tasked to kill you. A waste, but all evidence of the sale of the missiles was to be deleted, including the agent. That's why you were the new recruit, the one to take the fall.
I like once I got my materials back, it returned my hairstyle and glasses and stuff.
Our national interests.
So that makes Leyland in charge now of an entire branch of a U.S. agency?
No. We were ordered to assist him in recovering his missiles, in assassinating Shaheed, and then killing you. He was given access to the facility and our resources.
But why?
Why did we cooperate? There's no reason to ask why.
You can't tell me that you didn't suspect something was wrong.
Nothing was wrong, Thornton. As I said, Halbeck had proper authorization. They asked permission, and they got it.
And Westridge didn't object?
No, because like me, he follows orders. We were asked to get an agent to do Leyland's job and to contract me for my services.
Services? What services?
I was asked to isolate events in the world and create triggers. While many of these triggers would benefit Halbeck, a great deal would benefit the United States. China grows more powerful by the day. They are Halbeck customers as well. And if they are reliant on Halbeck technology, they are reliant on us. Even better, if they can be lured into action in Taiwan, well, then it buys us time to build strength.
And Moscow? Rome?
Rome was a reminder to the rest of Europe. Moscow, a necessary distribution center.
And the people on the airliner in the Middle East?
Those deaths, they are nothing compared to the death toll that would follow if these steps were not taken.
You're responsible for everything that happened. You gave them the plan for all of this. Sung, the museum in Rome, that airliner.
I wouldn't expect you to understand, Thornton. But yes, the government asked me to design scenarios to promote America's position in the world, and to strengthen Halbeck as well. It was the most interesting assignment I've had in years. To use my
he was bored.
skills for something besides system maintenance or compiling budget reports. For a project of my own. So yes, I accepted the assignment. And I did what I do best. Analyzed.
Provided you had all the information.
I did have all the information.
No. No, you didn't. Parker Shaheed isn't dead. I didn't kill him in Saudi Arabia. That missile never hit him. He'll be broadcasting in an hour. What you said about Moscow, that distribution center is shut down, and I found the real source there. Surkov's now working for me, and he has all the evidence I need to bring this place down.
He's just liking me now.
Where I ran into Omen, he's still alive, and he didn't appreciate being used any more than I did. He'll be pitching in too, along with the rest of China.
All of
I
China.
don't believe you. I know you well enough, Agent. I assume you have proof of this.
You're a logical guy, Parker. With what I told you, how do you think this is going to play out? Your mistake's not going to look good on a field report, or the nightly news. But it doesn't have to be your mistake.
I take it you have a plan?
Yeah. You've been trapped.
Logical deduction.
So you better start making yourself useful right now.
Or I'm gonna keep half dabbing on you. Whoa, what the hell is that? Instant aggro. Let's see. Logical deduction. Reduce cooldown on overclock, remote hack, binary invisibility, and brilliance. I think binary invisibility is the only one I care about from those. Endurance recharge 20% for Hand of El Samad. But I got another one too.
You hear that? The hell was that? You're telling me. I think they're washing the place clean.
That means they're doing the same with the data as well. You'll need to get to the surface quickly.
I do like that it ends back here.
Mike, where are you? You're needed at the monitoring center.
Working on it.
We've got Mina. She put up quite a fight, but it's over for her now. Your choice on what to do next. Come after us or her. It's up to you.
I like Mina, but needs of the many. Hoorah. Point blank range, still can't hit those things. Presumably I'm going the right way. Let me check. Rescue Mina. Wait, have I already committed to rescuing Mina? Because I want to come after them instead.
Checking things out. Guess she deserved it, huh?
Should have told her to stay instead of heading back.
I suggest you get to the center now, or you'll lose what little help you have.
You're not getting far. I'll be watching you.
Thanks for yelling grenade when you throw a grenade. I greatly appreciate that. Come out of this with so much money. Psychological warfare, what was that? Why do I get that? Completed your 15th dossier. Oh. I guess it gave me enough AP to get something else. I don't need an extra health. I guess I'll take CQC proficiency. So I am running up in people's faces a little bit right now. What's my new deets on Leyland? Oh, that's cool. Oh, son of a bitch. Saw guards in here, but I guess there was a checkpoint, so.
Hurry and set those charges. Keep an eye out for Thornton. He's still around here.
Yeah, no kidding. I just lost all my meter because of it. Mina may have been a side path that I passed, okay.
Hurry and set those charges. Keep an eye out for Thornton. He's still around here. Keep them off of me. I need to concentrate.
Defeat Parker. Right, I can't jump over that shit.
I'm downloading the files now, but I need you to draw their fire.
What the hell was that?
Nothing for you to be worried about. These are bad things, right? Presumably? Can't actually target them. Okay, I'm puzzled, but...
It's done.
Oh, I didn't restock my ammo before coming here. That's bad. Woof. There's some spawns in the corner. Nope, that's not good. Ooh, I'm trying. First try. Thanks, Parker. Glad I was able to turn you around there, buddy. For all that stealth bluster, I'm not using stealth at all in the final mission.
He's got the evidence, but I cut off your escape.
Headed to the surface. Make sure you get to cover.
Hey, level 19. So I'm guessing level 20 is the effective cap in this game. No. We generally just do one playthrough of every awesome game.
Great. Running out of staff. Darcy, get your...
Sure. Thank you for asking first.
Mikey won't get by me.
It was Leland who shot the rocket.
Of course. Otherwise it would have been too easy.
Head for the wreckage. Some G-22 may have survived. If not, there may be supplies.
Chest side walls. God, that guy is really pacing. I don't think I can reach him at all, unfortunately. Alright. How does it not work? Shoot. Madison's Parker's daughter. That's cool. So he behaves differently if you save her? Oh, that's cool.
Hey, Mikey. Good to see you. Glad you made it out here to our live fire range. No more practice runs for you. This is the real deal. Keep busy.
Yeah, right,
I'll be
sir.
back in a second.
He doesn't even know she's dead. Oh. How do you learn that as a dossier entry or something? Guessing Darcy doesn't matter.
You're here somewhere.
I know you're here somewhere. Darcy doesn't matter in terms of stealth versus, or not stealth, trank versus lethal. Another cool thing, the way to kill Marburg is by making him hate you enough to not run away after his fight. Wow. So I handled Winnie the Pooh in the opposite way I was supposed to kill him. I had to make him hate me rather than make him like me a whole lot. That's funny. Oh shit, I guess I get contact if I don't stealth immediately when I zone in. Sweet.
Come on now. Pal, make this easy on me and come out, huh? Only wish Mina could see me kick your ass, Mikey.
So I can't get up there. Well, it didn't go as well as I would have liked it to.
Come on, he's just one guy. Take him out.
Right, because once I shoot, it triggers evasion, and that ends the mechanic. So I think I have to kill all of them on my way over there. Now, just Marburg is voiced by Jim Cummings, who voices a lot of people in a lot of games, but he's also the voice of Winnie the Pooh.
Make this easy on me and come out, huh? What do you got? Come on, you gave more trouble when he first showed up here.
Only wish Mina could see me kick your ass, Mikey. Looks like it's all up to me, again.
The hell was that?
Nothing to see here. Ends on Smyrna, so doesn't know if lethal or non-lethal matters, I see.
Yeah. Do you know?
Whoa! I just got insta-killed. Alright, that makes me think that lethal versus non-lethal actually matters, so let's try something different now. Oh shit, it put that as a checkpoint. Was beating Darcy after I got blown up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, whoops, too late. I guess I killed somebody. Womp womp. Make it through most of the game with no kills. Fuck it up at the last second, of course. That's my first failed lockpicking attempt. Failing to pick a lock triggers an alarm? That's funny. Because it's a final boss lock. That's how most of the mid-game locks look if you don't put points into it. I see. Where like one mispick is such a time penalty that you're gonna have a bad time. I just wasn't prepped for it to be that aggressive. Oh, this is where I can use lockpicking to snipe Darcy, I see. I guess I wonder what happens if you trank him instead. Because all the other boss fights in the game are... There's not a choice. Use an EMP to snipe him.
Have you reached the crash site?
No, there's a helicopter in the way.
EMPs and incendiaries, as well as your usual arsenal, should do the trick.
Did you? Oh, I guess the helicopter could see me. Whoops. Almost shot that at that rando guy a second ago, on accident. Whoop! So I don't know how I died earlier, like right after the Darcy fight. I just got exploded for my full health all of a sudden. Punched the helicopter in the throat. You know it.
No, there's a helicopter in the way.
EMPs and incendiaries, as well as your usual arsenal, should do the trick.
Looks like there's a couple other missile launchers on the way there. Oh, he threw a bunch of explosives at me during my chain shot? That's mean. Oh, just defaulting to that gun after that? I guess that's fine. At least I guess I understand why they did it. Grab this one. It's too bad the helicopter doesn't have a health bar. Shot you in the foot, literally. Nope. Alright, so I think I need to take out all the guards and then double back and get all the missile launchers. Hopefully it's just 3 missile launcher shots are sufficient. But I guess we'll see.
Crash site.
No, there's a helicopter in the way.
EMPs and incendiaries, as well as your usual arsenal, should do the trick.
That way I can save trank ammo in case I need it later too. Oh, shot to death. Alright. Guess I can save this. Well, no. Once the guards detect me, I can't stealth anymore, so that's not an option.
No, there's a helicopter in the way.
EMPs and incendiaries, as well as your usual arsenal, should do the trick.
Did I whiff? I whiffed. I think it might be game over if I whiff. It's a bummer. You can use the EMPs and incendiaries, I guess. Worst case. Shit. That's not good. So he stacked up like 6 explosives on me that all landed at the same moment as my chain shot finished going or something like that.
Have you reached the crash site?
No, there's a helicopter in the way.
EMPs and incendiaries, as well as your usual arsenal, should do the trick.
I'm gonna do this anyway to take out the... Stop moving! Ugh, you're the worst. You weren't moving earlier. Maybe I need to do that first missile launcher last to keep that from being a problem. Actually, there's another guy all the way in the back. 20 seconds! Oh, I wish I could reset it. If I could just press another button to stop the countdown, right? How did you not die from that? Wasn't my fault. Don't aim at your friends. The lack of no fire now button gets worse the further in the game you get because of that. Now it stays put now that it sees that I'm a close threat to it, right? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh god, my controller died. Can I get on long enough to pause? Oh, I'm gonna die. Batteries! Oh no! I'm not gonna make it! That's the first time we've died due to batteries. Usually I'm able to get to a pause button in time. Oh well. I wasn't focused when it happened, so probably not. And now I have to restart the game to get the controller to accept inputs again, I think. Yeah, hold on. Once it dies, once it stays dead.
EMPs and incendiaries, as well as your usual arsenal, should do the trick.
Taking those missiles like a champ, I know, right? I'm never gonna land that shot. Value. Run away, guys. Any of you know how this works? Just thought I heard something, you think? Ugh. Man, that helicopter. It's interesting, like, I feel like the rate at which it fires at you is variable based on something.
No, there's a helicopter.
You're just standing in the open, it has a really long cooldown in between shots. Sure, well that's why I died, but it fired like back-to-back missiles instead of it taking like, 4 seconds or so in between shots. Staying put now. Oh, it moved! It was staying put until it moved. You get a first try when I land that shot once. Now you're moving again? Get your shit together, man. Oh, God. 4 is not enough. Okay. I'm gonna try to get out of here and regenerate my endurance. It's pretty close to dead. Uh-oh. Assume that's better than the other shit I could do? Oh god, I'm dead. I guess the fact that I have 2 hit points left means that my decision to invest in health paid off, right? There might be another one over there. Oh yeah, healing items. Forgot that was a thing. Nope. Happened to be near an exploding truck. Alright, I think every single missile has to hit if I want to do that without using any gadgets or anything, unfortunately.
Reach the crash site.
No, there's a helicopter in the way.
EMPs and incendiaries, as well as your usual arsenal, should do the trick.
Let me try to get the helicopter to stay put, because it eventually just stands still.
The hell, was something moving over there?
Something moving over there? Kind of. Why do you all move like this? It's really... Son of a bitch. It's like... Sometimes I can take a direct missile hit to the face, and sometimes I can't. I'm not clear on it. I think it might be based on whether I'm adjacent to something that's explosive.
EMPs and incendiaries, as well as your usual arsenal, should do the trick.
This is really the moral of the story of don't put all your eggs in one basket, but it's been a pretty good basket for the game so far. Yeah.
Did you see that?
If I had more control over it, like if there was like an on-screen indicator of getting targeted, that would help a lot. And like the chance to get one shot, like that time it was pretty much a direct hit and I didn't get one shot for no apparent reason, right? And see what I mean? Like that time I got shot by somebody and died, but there was another missile on its way almost immediately. Alright. Let me do this differently. Slowly kill all the guards. The more time I spend out by the guards, the more damage I'm taking.
EMPs and incendiaries, as well as your usual arsenal, should do the trick.
And my leg got all wrapped up around my butt. I don't know how I can get incendiaries up at that thing. As long as the truck blows up early, that helps me, sort of. The way these guards run around is so confusing, too. Got another direct hit to the face, but it was fine apparently. Man. I don't think I have any way to cheese this either.
Have you reached the crash site?
No, there's a helicopter in the way.
EMPs and incendiaries, as well as your usual arsenal, should do the trick.
What would you do if you were fighting an invisible man being shot at missiles? It's true. You raise a good point. Uh-oh. And this is where I die, right? Yep. Because if I'm in slowdown mode, then I have no control for whatever reason.
Have you reached the crash site?
No, there's a helicopter in the way.
EMPs and incendiaries, as well as your usual arsenal, should do the trick.
Stay put again? Or are you moving? I think I got it. I'm not sure. Hopefully I didn't. Maybe what I can do is I can draw the bad guys down this hill and fight them down here. Probably help a little bit. So I don't think that the thing can get me from down here. I can get both of them to meet me down here. Later, sir. Good seeing you. Okay, that's helpful. Really? That's helpful too. Maybe this is what I need to do. I need to bait them all down here. Okay, good. Best we've ever done. Now let's get the remaining shit. Enjoy this. Stealth does nothing for me. If one of those things hits a truck and I'm near the truck, I die instantly. Basically, if the missile lands near anything that's kind of explosive, I die instantly. So I wonder if I can blow up all the explosives myself, maybe, to help with that. It could be more dangerous than what I'm trying to do, but... that might work. Let's see. I think that's ultimately what's getting me killed. Gotta be really careful where I stand, though. I have very limited cover from this thing. Chuck sure can take bullets, no kidding. Get back and regenerate all my goop here. I think the big problem has been that tank in the back has an enormous explosion radius, so the times where I would get one shot is because that was getting nicked by the missile. I think. I'm not sure if that's true. So many time zones. Yeah, it's 5 o'clock where I live, technically. 4 o'clock stream time. Don't start moving again. Are you serious with that shit? Miss me with that, Mr. Helicopter. Alright, well that was landing every single shot. I guess maybe there's 2 more in here. Still not, glowing, I guess. Oh my goodness. Can he shoot me from up top, I wonder? Oh, maybe that's... Oh my god. He shot a missile at me through the little hole in the ceiling. Perfectly, with perfect aim, the moment I walked under the thing. I shot it with like 7 missiles. Does this thing have unlimited health? Good lord.
EMPs and incendiaries, as well as your usual arsenal, should do the trick.
Alright, well, just using the missile launchers ain't gonna cut it, apparently. Why would he recommend EMPs? I mean, I have no points in gadget usage, so... Is it gonna fuck up his missile targeting or something? It was pretty on fire that time. I think I was out of launchers, though. Target me. There you go. That wouldn't be the worst idea to experiment, sure. I just don't think I can... I don't know, they want me to throw the EMP at the helicopter? I kind of interpreted those gadgets as all being traps. Yeah, pretty bullshit. Good way to put it. Looks like I can still die to a point-blank missile shot, independent of whether there's something nearby to explode it. But I don't know the rules for that yet. Yeah. I wonder if I can just shoot it from all the way back here. Nope. Not safely, anyway. Right. This is a great time for the jank to really start to show off, right? Well, it's the same sort of jank. It's that thing I was noticing where guards would, like, react to you the, like, nanosecond you were detected, you know? There's still one more guard up there I kind of want to deal with before I try to get up top. Okay, is there anywhere I can stand where I am completely safe? Probably not, but let's give it some shots here. I can't, because it doesn't have a health bar, I can't tell if I'm hitting it from back here. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if my pistol did more damage, you know? But I have no way of knowing if that's even landing from that distance. It's good enough range, I guess. Maybe this will do. I do have the skill that buffs explosive use, but I don't think it affects the missile launcher, and I think the thing's too far away for any of my gadgets to reach it. Okay, that totally worked. I have a plan. Right? It's an incredibly lame plan, but it's a plan. Wait on another missile launch so I don't walk right into one. That's what I mean about the timing being really weird, the rate at which it'll trigger. Running around, having a dance-off. I guess I may as well use the assault rifle on it in the meantime. I was like, I'll never use the assault rifle because my pistol damage is so high that it doesn't matter, but false, apparently. If I move slightly, I lose my crit, I see. I think it's back now. About to be. I think it's still working. Again, without a health bar, I can't be 100% sure, but... Can it get me from there? Maybe not. I don't know, maybe this might be the spot to stand. I'm not willing to risk it at this point. Got something that works, we're gonna do it. Vehicles being able to fire indefinitely. Don't you know fire just means that it's damaged? It's like it's glowing red. Okay, I thought that was gonna get me for once there. Thank goodness for the janky hitbox of the corner of this wall. Which I don't think is working against me. I don't think I'm shooting the wall while I'm doing this. I guess I can't tell for sure, though. Did that not do it? It made it stop being on. Did I just send healing bullets? Did I overflow its health? It stopped being on fire. Maybe I can get real close and throw the EMP right at it. Dousing bullets.
Now we've got you. You could have set up a flare. It would have been more subtle.
Wah, pow, wah. Chicka-cha, 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 chicka-cha. Good God almighty, and I don't have a checkpoint yet, so I'm gonna get to the next area and die instantly, right? I've had the vision of the Minato.
Satellites picked up a boat headed toward.
Okay, checkpoint.
Must be Westridge's ride. He was in charge here. We'll move to intercept. I suggest you do the same.
I got some Drake rounds there, that's nice.
You're out of luck, Mike. I'm taking the only route off the island. You know, if you get here in time, I might even let you leave with me.
That is a lot of those things. Didn't trigger an alarm. Yes, kitties, you're so hungry. You need to go, like... Game needs to let me, like, teabag on that, helicopter. I've never felt the need to teabag anything in a video game. That helicopter definitely deserves it, though, at this point. In retrospect, I don't think I actually healed the helicopter by shooting it.
It's within range of the docks, and the bays are filling fast.
More trank rounds. Woof. Did you see how long that helicopter fight took me? It was at least 30 minutes,
job,
right?
Mike, but I can't let you leave with that data. Give up now, and we'll go easy on you.
Fuck off, Westridge. Just make sure you don't run away before we get to chat.
Take him out.
Right.
Found you.
The transport I detected earlier. Reached the docks, and the bays are filling fast. You need to stop Westridge before he escapes.
On it.
It's kind of a cool final boss arena. probably wanted to get him over there. Shit.
Keep the water flowing. It shouldn't be long until we can launch the boat.
Is there a way to get to the room with him is the question. He's got so much endurance that that's a problem.
There you are.
Here I am. Don't poke out even a little bit behind cover, apparently. Oh. I feel like I did way more damage on the second round of bullets against him than the first round for whatever reason.
There you are.
Detected earlier. It's within range of the docks.
How do I get up there?
Stop Westridge before he escapes.
That doesn't do it. That's the way I came in. That doesn't go anywhere. That's a zip line that doesn't do anything. I can get on his side.
Found you.
Did you though?
Detected earlier. It's within range of the docks, and the bays are filling fast. You need to stop Westridge before he escapes.
On it. What the hell was that?
Nothing to see here. Move along. I think I have to fight him from up here. I guess we'll see.
Come out, huh?
That went much better. Okay.
Keep the water flowing. It shouldn't be long until we can launch the boat.
I wonder why I did so much less damage last time.
Come out wherever you are.
Yancy.
Well, you're here somewhere.
Do you?
This isn't how it's supposed to end.
And this is Yancy. Hey, was I supposed to melee him the whole time?
Not a chance. Now that I've got your attention...
If you're gonna kill me, then do it.
I'm not sure I want to. Yet. I guess I need some closure. I couldn't have made it into Alpha Protocol if you hadn't chosen me.
Good old Yancy.
What I want to know is why.
I needed someone who could kill Shaheed, get the missiles back, and keep their mouth shut. I needed someone I could trust.
I didn't have much choice. Orders and all.
That's your defense? Then it's mine too. I had my orders. We carry them out, send out agents, and we don't ask why. Say what you will. You had what it took to get the job done, and then some. That's why you were selected.
It was my life.
What life? You knew the odds going in. You wanted to serve your country. Well, this is it.
If I stayed in the program, I'd have ended up like you, or worse, like Parker. That someone would have come along who owes one of their corporate buddies a favor, Halbeck or someone else, and we get used because we've been conditioned never to ask.
Believe it or not, Halbeck's interests are our interests. We need their technology.
No, we don't. They almost caused a war, and we helped them. For what? To secure some government contracts?
If you're gonna kill me, kill me. If you're gonna ask for your life back, then ask. But don't waste my time.
We had a responsibility. I had a
But
responsibility.
like Parker was too obvious to be it.
But I'm almost done here.
I didn't think they were going to do Mina, but I would have not been too surprised. Darcy was also too obvious.
Nothing. Really? What are you gonna do? Get revenge? Expose the agency?
Yes,
or
both
maybe you
those
came
things.
back because what you really needed was another mission.
My goals are a little higher than that.
I just like missions.
Last words.
Big into missions.
Go to hell.
Big
Not the
into
best I've
long
heard, but Yancy Westridge, I'm placing you under arrest. You're going
helicopter
down with the
fights.
ship. They may not blow this place, and if they don't, then your home is going to be a courtroom for the next few years. If you even get that far. They'll probably claim you were acting without their knowledge. That you enacted Alpha Protocol, went rogue.
Are you gonna get to fight
Now that I'm out of the box,
Leyland?
it's my world now. I helped shape it. It was easier than I thought. And it's time to make some changes, I think. I'm sorry it came to this, Westridge, but you taught me an important lesson. I think there's other ways of serving my country without Alpha Protocol. Watch the news. You'll see.
I make a job out of getting people's heads out of pots of honey. There's Leyland. Oh, you fight either Westridge or Leyland here.
Going somewhere?
All right, Thornton. What is it you want?
He just happens to be here too? Maybe they just give me both scenes.
See you brought to justice.
Please, Agent, don't be a fool. How dare
It's like he's in the room with them. Is this a glitch that I'm seeing both of them?
And that's my life. I can keep this up all day. Now, tell me what else I can't do. You think you can give me orders? Think you have control of this situation?
Thornton,
Seems like what the Renegade playthrough would be.
I'll give myself up. Testify, if that's what you want. I can say what happened here, with your mission.
And all I have to do is let you go, right? See, that's where you lose my interest.
I knew you'd be reasonable about this.
I suppose you think you've talked your way out of this. I know what matters to you, Leyland. And for the next few years, seeing you drag through courtroom after courtroom and watching Halbeck fall apart is enough for me.
If it comes to that, you mean?
It will. Trust me. All the evidence I have is going exactly where it needs to go.
I think you're in for some disappointment.
Mina and Scarlet are
The
dead,
government won't allow my involvement with Alpha Protocol to be exposed.
Alpha Protocol? What's that? They'll just deny it exists.
Yeah, Leyland's way more important as the main villain.
Leyland. Should be quite the circus.
They kind of drop Yancy after the opening sequence. Oh shit.
You're late.
I had to kill some soldiers on
Oh
the way
shit!
I'll add it to your bill.
Scarlet.
Now
That's a cool
there's
twist.
Yes, Mike? Don't be surprised. You did cost me the Sun contract, you know.
So you were the assassin.
And quite an expensive one. So for Sung, Mike, I actually should thank you.
Well, that depends on how much you're going to pay me to kill Mike here.
I don't think you have a contract to kill me yet, Scarlet. And I don't know if Leyland would honor it at this stage.
You have a point. And I still haven't seen the money for Sung.
I can pay you. Kill him and then we can discuss it, but we need to leave now.
Discuss it? There's no discussion. You owe me a lot of money, Leyland.
God damn it, shoot him already! I don't have time for this!
You thought this was a negotiation?
I think the puddle of blood and the angle it came in on.
Sorry, Mike. You were never on the list.
Hey!
You could have been. So next time?
I'll stay clear.
Oh, and Mike, here's that footage you gave me. I'd rather not explain to the press how I came across it. I'll leave that up to you.
Wonder if that changes based on your
All right, then.
relationship with her up to
Take care of
then.
yourself.
Hell of a day.
Yeah, no kidding. That was a cool twist. Very
Can't say
spy
I'll be
movie.
sad to leave this place. Although knowing where here is would be nice. Guess there's not much else to do except head out and see what happens.
And then Mike gets in a boat.
Story of my life. No sense changing it now.
Omega.
Then again, maybe losing myself for a while might not be so bad. Now the only challenge is to keep him getting bored.
Oh, she was on the boat with you? That's cool.
And maybe change a few things about the world while I'm at it.
That's cool. Looks like the Pacific Northwest. There's a long list of stuff. Mina was executed. Was I able to rescue Mina for free? I was worried that, like, that was a time thing. They said I could only choose one or the other. Oh, it was free. Oops. Whoopsies. Cool. I actually did like this game. I mean, yeah, it's janky, but I mean, honestly, it's not any jankier than Mass Effect 1. If anything, it's more polished. Like, I guess the difference is that...
for troubled Halbeck Industries today, as Russian federal police uncovered extensive evidence linking the corporation's senior officers to illegal arms trafficking. This setback comes on the heels of a mysterious disappearance of Halbeck CEO Henry Leland, who vanished from his San Francisco office earlier this month. American law enforcement is cooperating with Interpol to locate him. Along with the indictments against Halbeck, several prominent Muscovite politicians and business leaders have been arrested in connection with the scandal. A series of coordinated bombings in the West Bank left hundreds dead earlier today, in an attack carried out by the Al-Samad terror network. In a video statement claiming credit for the attack, Al-Samad leader Ali Shaheed said that these attacks would continue until Al-Samad's demands were met, demands which include a complete pullout of American troops from the entirety of the Islamic world. The attacks were carried out using primitive homemade explosives, which limited the casualties. Experts say that had the suicide bombers had access to high-quality military-grade bombs, the death toll could have easily been twice as high. INN Middle East policy analysts have attributed this fact to the recent drop in arms trafficking in the region, since coalition forces shut down the arms network of Mohammed Omar bin Nasri earlier this month. Thousands lined the streets of Rome today for the funeral of Madison St. James, the young woman killed during the failed bombing attempt.
Kind of like the news summary of your choices.
Miss St. James has become celebrated among proponents of stronger government anti-terror legislation since her death, and her funeral at times resembled a political rally. In the United States, Senator Patrick Darcy proposed Madison's Law, a sweeping bill some have likened to a new Patriot Act in response to the tragedy. As Miss St. James had no known family, Senator Darcy personally paid for her funeral here in Rome. Uncertainty still grips Taiwan in the wake of President Parker's daughter's assassination. Emergency elections are scheduled in 3 weeks, with the country's future hanging in the balance. Sung's pro-independence leanings were never popular among certain elements of the government, and speculation has abounded that his successor will face pressure to back down and press for formal reintegration with the People's Republic of China. Taiwanese authorities announced the execution of assassin Wen Shu today. Investigators have uncovered no motive for the assassination. A copy of Catcher in the Rye,
1 and 2
a novel
do that.
famously associated with conspiracy theories and secret American brainwashing programs, was found in his apartment, leading to internet speculation.
A novel famously associated with angsty
sleeper agent
teenagers.
planted to assassinate Sung and touch off a war with China. U.S. government sources have declined comment.
Cool. I guess the difference with Mass Effect is Mass Effect's universe is way cooler. Like, it's like Drew Karpyshyn's brain baby for probably decades. He was thinking about that setting and all the cool shit in it. And, like, this setting's fine, but it's, like, nothing special among spy fiction, you know? It's not this, like, oh my god, I'm so excited about who these characters are and the world that they've set up. So I guess Mass Effect has that advantage. It also has the advantage of being a longer game by about a factor of 3. And having quite a bit more like freedom to explore and side missions to do. And you could argue that most of the side missions in Mass Effect 1 are incredibly degenerate. There's like 4 total buildings that you could infiltrate, and they're all roughly copies of each other. And that this game actually, I mean, you can see some mission degeneracy, but they often try to do a few things different from each other, or have different story implications, or different conversation implications. But yeah, I think this game is probably judged too harshly. I don't think it's the best game ever. I'm not, like... I think probably knowing that it was controversial made me fairer to it than if I had heard, oh, this game's incredible. I would have been like, what the fuck is wrong with this game? So janky. But I think it was perfectly good, and the biggest sin that it committed was coming out at the same time as Mass Effect 2. Yeah. I wonder if they had had more time or money to make it, if it would have been longer. Like, it feels like the length was fine. But even then, like, it didn't really need to be longer. That didn't feel like that was an issue. Maybe just if you're going to have an experience that's as short as that, it ought to be tighter and people were punishing towards it as a result. I don't know. I thought it was good, though. I enjoyed it. Thanks for putting this on the spreadsheet and voting it up. All right, so I haven't announced this yet, but I'm going to start offering bonus SP for people that stick around until the reruns get quality options. Give me one sec here. Thanks for pushing the monitor there, Ben.